Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody that came out. I mean, that crowd was awesome tonight. Really appreciate the support for all of our student athletes and our staff here. And, just what a beautiful night under the lights here, and having the support that we had. So that was first and foremost. Second off, yeah, the ultimate goal in all these games you're playing this late in spring, right, is to come out healthy, and that's the biggest thing. I think we had maybe a couple like ankle sprains and small stuff like that, but nothing crazy, which is always the number one goal coming in and out. And then looking at both sides of the ball, I mean, clearly the defense did a really nice job tonight overall, which is awesome to see. I was proud of them being able to get the quarterback off his spot in the pocket at times. Clearly we had the couple of interceptions thrown, and then we had the fumble down there in the red zone, so being able to get the ball out. And then offensively, man, when we weren't shooting ourselves in the foot, I thought we were doing some good stuff. Had some turnovers there. The drop balls were probably the biggest disappointment offensively for me. But again, we stayed healthy, and guys were flying around, and I think when we watched the tape, there's not a whole lot of MAs and stuff like that, so it was a good night overall.
We'll get to the rest of the game, but what is the schedule of the plan for you guys going into the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, so it's going to be a crazy week next week with the transfer portal opening on Wednesday. But we'll get our guys in and kind of do our exit meetings with our guys and make sure our guys are feeling good with where we're at with them, and hopefully we're going to keep the team intact here and have exit meetings Monday and Tuesday, and then the transfer portal opens Wednesday. So again, we're going to try to keep our guys here, and there will be some movement for sure. We'll go into the portal, and we're going to grab a couple guys at a couple positions, and we'll kind of go from there. So it's going to be a busy few weeks for us here. Our guys are football-wise, we're out of football for now, so we've got guys clearly will be around for some academic stuff, but some guys are getting finished with academics, are going to be able to get out of here. So they're going to get some time away, which is always good as well. And as far as coaches go, man, we're gonna start rolling on a transfer portal and getting ready to bring some guys in for some visits.
Questions?
Coach, the offense was a little more stagnant early on, but then towards a little bit more near quarter two, it started picking up. What started clicking for the offense?
Yeah, I just think mainly quarterback execution got a little bit better, to be honest. I mean, I've done this for a long time, and I've been a part of really good offenses a lot. Spring games can always be this way on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, you didn't see a lot of formations out there by me. You didn't see a single motion. We didn't motion one play. We didn't hard count the defense at all. So there's a lot of things that we get into a real game and real game plan stuff like that we're going to do, but not a whole lot of tempo as well. But we got to just execute the little things. And again, I felt like we had a few drives that got killed by some pre-snap penalties and drop balls as well. So we got to clean those up for sure. But yeah, I think those guys just got in a little bit more of a rhythm, and I got a little bit more in the rhythm, getting them to some easier completions and some stuff like that. So, but again, defense came out and did a good job too of getting the ball down and making sure we were behind the sticks a little bit. So it was good to see that as well.
Coach, Caden and Easton obviously have a few nice connections out there. Kind of just talk about the chemistry between those two and the impact that it'll have on the offense.
Yeah, I mean it's huge for us. I mean those two guys they're unbelievable. They love football. Football's all they really care about, which is awesome. They live and they breathe it. And then just them being able to be around each other for 3 years, about to be going on 4 now. They do have an undeniable chemistry, and I think you see he's going to be a guy we're going to go to quite a bit, and Caden's extremely comfortable with him, and he's a heck of a player. So those two guys are awesome. Again, they bring a lot of energy to the team, and they're leaders and they're veterans, and so the best part about them is guys kind of follow their lead, and that's going to help us in the right direction.
Just to kind of follow up on that, you said you're going to pass the ball a lot. You obviously bring the air raid offense, but you also said that you're going to get the running backs involved. And you're going to run the ball, kind of just detail maybe how you're going to get the running backs involved this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to depend on week-to-week basis. I have a system and we run what we run, but I'm also, I'm going to run what the defense allows me to run. So if they're going to pack 6-7 guys in the box, we're going to throw it over their head. And if they want to play 4-man, 5-man box, we're going to run the football a little bit. So that's going to depend week by week basis, and where can we attack people, I mean, I have a system, and the system works against every defense, but you'll see so much multiplicity here. But again, I'm a quarterback guy. I think we got a really good trigger man, so I want to put the ball in his hands as much as we can.
When it comes to your defense, they're an inexperienced group, very young group at certain positions. What did you see from them tonight, and what type of growth have you seen from the overall unit from the beginning of the spring until now?
Yeah, I mean, as crazy as it is, man, I mean, there's a lot of those guys that have actually a little bit more experience than what we have on the other side of the ball. We've got some guys over there that have played some football now, not together, and that's the biggest thing. So the biggest thing is the chemistry of those guys all coming to one. And then us as a staff here, led by Coach Dewhurst, we're trying to figure out what's going to be our best defense. We're going to be more of a 4 down, we're going to be a 3 down. What kind of coverages are we going to be able to play to attack the opposing offense on a weekly basis? So the thing that I like that we've been able to do is get those guys a ton of reps. We were able to 2-spot the whole spring, which means we had 2 fields of football going all at one time. So we got a ton of film we can coach off of, and we got a lot of reps that we can try to find out what we're really good at.
We saw the connection between Messer and Belcamp, but we also saw the Jabari get involved, Caleb Coons get involved. How have you liked McCain's ability to kind of get some of the other guys besides Messer involved here over the past couple of weeks and tonight?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I really feel like, honestly, tonight was probably one of the lesser nights of the ball being distributed, to be honest with you. I feel like the ball was really kind of fed through number 8 tonight, which, again, that's going to be the case sometimes. But, man, we've done a good job, man, of him getting all those people the ball in practice, and we got to keep working that chemistry. You know what I mean? That chemistry between him and Easton, that's already there. That's been there for 3 years. They've been doing, cultivating that relationship now for some time. And we just got to keep working over the summer when they do their 7-on-7s and stuff like that on their Saturday mornings, and they do some of those things, and keep working the chemistry. But it's been good so far, and I really wish we could have honestly connected on a few more of those. But it's all right.
And on the defensive side of the ball, we saw Stolsky's punch that one out. What have you liked from him this spring? Is that something he really has a knack for?
Yeah, super sharp football player, great leadership qualities, vocal, which at that position, he's got the green dot, so he's the player to coach communication, and he's got to get everybody else lined up. And that's been the best part about him. An experienced player to a certain extent, playing up there in the Big Ten and played some big time games up there, got a start against Ohio State, and so he's been there, but really just the leadership qualities, and at that position, this defense is so vital of getting everybody lined up and making sure we're all, we see the motions and we see the checks, and he's done a great job at that.
Taking over a program, your first spring practice, I'm sure one of the things you focused on is, did we get better from practice 1 to spring game practice 15? Yeah. How much of that did you see?
Yeah, we're absolutely way better, and that's the proud part. Again, I always take these games with a grain of salt because I've been a part of some crazy games that, again, in 2021, Bailey Zappi threw 4 interceptions in that spring game, and it didn't look pretty, and then he ended up throwing for 6,000 yards and 62 touchdowns in that season. So I'm proud of how we've progressed as a team, and mainly the culture of the locker room, and that's what's most proud, because the X's and O's, that's really the easier part. It's getting everybody to buy in and be on the same page and buy into what we're doing on the X's and O's part, but to buy into us as a staff and as a family here.
Coach.
And when you look at the locker room right now, we have an extremely healthy locker room. We don't have cliques. We're not offense versus defense. It's a family, and that's, to me, what's going to make this program go in the direction we want it to go.
Sorry to cut you off there. You had some freshmen make some plays. Jordan led a touchdown drive. Michael had a couple catches. What do you make of their ability to come in and make an impact this early? Yeah,
I'll start with Jordan. Jordan's done an unbelievable job. I mean, he loves football. He's got really good leadership qualities for a true freshman mid-year. He's up there all day. He lives in that meeting room. So that's something that at a young age really makes a coach happy that they love football. They're a football junkie. They live in there. So he's up there watching film on his own all the time, which is huge. So he's getting better from that point. And then some of those young skill players, Michael, Jade, those guys were out there trying to make some plays, and then Michael made a few, and we just got to keep seeing those guys progress, and get them more comfortable in the offense. But again, those guys got a ton of reps this spring that a lot of freshmen don't get, and so it's going to pay dividends for them in the long run.
The spring acts a lot of the time is like that foundational aspect, setting the foundation. What are you hoping to see in terms of this roster, the overall team, build on so you guys can hit the ground running once you hit the summer?
Yeah, I want to build on the family that we've created so far in these 4 months we've been here. I mean, I'm a huge believer in that. The X's and O's are going to take care of themselves when we get to the fall. We got to stay a tight-knit team, from here to, definitely through to the 26th of April, and again, we're going to add some pieces. Hopefully we don't lose a whole ton of pieces. And to me, that's going to be the biggest thing that we've got to get ready to roll with here over the next few weeks. And so, we're already have a great plan for summer, getting our guys back into summer access and getting them conditioned and getting ready for them to play in the heat in the fall, and looking forward to just getting back around these guys. That's as a coach, that's one thing that's always tough. You know, you get to these recruiting windows and you're not around your current guys so much, and that's always kind of a hard part, just because, again, you love your players, you love being around them. That's why we do what we do. And but again, we've got great kids here, and I know we're going to have a great 6 weeks ahead, and then we'll get those guys back in late May.
Last one, Angelina.
Hey, Coach. So you talk a lot about how the team chemistry, how everyone really gels well together. How do you feel like your players have grown as leaders from the start of spring practice, and how that will translate into summer workouts?
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Again, you take over a new program, and there's been a couple people that were retained on staff, and so you really lean on them to try to get feel for certain people. And man, you have some people that maybe how they were last year or what was perceived of the time before. These guys are stepping in some huge leadership roles, and we've got some unbelievable leaders. Talked about a few of them already in Caden and Easton. Those guys came in, they're new, but they hit the ground running, and they started trying to teach the offense to the offensive guys. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Bryce Langston, CJ Doggett, Duda Rogers, Jay Will, a couple guys that have been around, but also some new faces there. Just done an unbelievable job of bringing the team together. Again, I talk about the family all the time. We're going to be a family. We're going to have fun. We're going to be tough. We're going to work hard. That's the 4 things I talk about all the time. And when the players buy into that family atmosphere, that cultivates the team, and the leadership group of those guys that we have really been the ones that have kind of set the tone with that and helped bring it along the way.
Coach, a lot of 5 DBs out there tonight offensively. Was that because of the offense you were facing, or is that something we're probably going to see?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, unless we're playing like a very heavy 12 personnel based team, we're gonna have a nickel defense out there for the most part. But we had some big personnel in as well at times. We saw our true 4-3 as well. Again, we'll see kind of how that matches up when we get to the fall. But you'll definitely see us in nickel. You'll see us in the dime package as well, and you'll see us in our big package when they want to bring some heavy bodies in there.
Offensively, were you calling plays, and is that what's going to continue?
I called some of them tonight. I did not call them all. My assistant quarterback coach called some as well. That way I could pop over and be on the defensive line and be a part of their communication as well, because that's what's going to happen on, in late August when we go up to Maryland. So doing a little bit of both. But definitely in the fall, I'll be calling all the shots on the offensive side of the ball in the fall.
And your thoughts on Boylston? How much can he contribute?
Yeah, man, he had a heck of a day. Fumble recovery, had to pick late. It'll be good to keep just developing him. A young guy that still needs a lot of reps, but you can see his athletic ability, and he's doing it on the diamond all the time as well right now. And so, great kid, loves football, loves being an athlete in general. Really think that he can have a bright future here playing for us at the defensive back position.